When we first created the Queen of Hearts, I remember Chris Wilden coming to me and saying, you know, would you come on board? And I was a little bit doubtful. I was thinking, oh, I'm not really sure. I want to do that role, or am I ready? And then he mentioned that it was a more comedic role. And then I was definitely, I'm in. The beauty of working with somebody that you know so well, like Chris, is that he throws things at you, challenges, and it's up to you to work out the puzzle.
Having created the role of Alice and now taking on your role of the Queen of Hearts, I feel like I'm sort of flipped the coin or flipped the mirror, and I'm seeing it from a whole new perspective. It's an exciting challenge, but it's quite daunting following you, Zen, I'm not going to lie.
Nonsense. I felt it was really hard to judge how much I was allowed to do or where I wanted the character to go. How do you feel now retaking that character?
I feel like it is a challenge because you're sort of playing someone who is a bit of a caricature of herself, but she's being genuine, and that in turn is funny. But it's quite hard to measure.
Yeah, because at the beginning, you are supposedly a normal character.
Yeah,
like straight,
the mother.
Yeah, a straight play, slightly neurotic, and then you sort of magnify all her little
isms.
Wackiness.
Yeah. At the very first few rehearsals, although I was trying to think of the character, I really was trying to get my body around the steps. It's quite nuanced and it's very articulate, and it's definitely challenging. Being coached by you, I feel it's such an honour.
Yeah, it's an interesting process watching you rehearse, because what I want to see is what Lauren wants to say to the audience, or that, you know, that message that you're trying to convey all the time. Is that working? Is
that reading?
Is that reading? Yeah. Exactly. Or do I need to, you know, sort of guide her a little bit more this way or the other way?
I think I had a note from you saying, really show her character through that articulation of her choreography, of her steps.
Exactly, allowing the steps to tell the story very much.
Very good.
Nice.
That's very good. That's really coming.
Okay, sometimes I used to go a little bit, only because then I can see, well, when you are like that, your head is a little bit back. Let's have a look with the same height and see what happens. I definitely remember planking a bit.
That's great. Now he can go, oh gosh.
My only references of comedy or comedic roles is that you don't really know how it's going until you've got an audience. And that happens at the very last minute for me.
So agree. Yeah. So agree.
Really know.
And the worst thing
You're my audience at the moment. I need you to clap and laugh. I've only got you.
Totally. And you know that the weird thing is that you really end up not wanting to repeat the same gag. And so you try to find ways round to do the same thing, but not quite the same.
Not quite the same.
Yeah.
And to feel spontaneous within that.
And you have audiences, you have days where you go in, you do the same gag, the same timing, flat. And you're thinking, oh no. It's that kind of audience, I'm going to have to work 3 times harder to get, you know.
To get them.
To get them.
Out.
But yeah, it's just funny.
I feel like sometimes when you create a role, the beauty of it is seeing it fly with other people and their interpretations.
Because, of course, you are my Alice. And the fact that you've totally, just as you mentioned, flipped the coin, and I now see the Red Queen. I cannot see myself anymore, which is wonderful. I see you now. Wow. And it just is so refreshing and beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. I suppose I'm starting this slightly new chapter now in my career where I'm a principal guest artist, and these are exactly the opportunities that I feel will nourish me. Being coached by you now is incredible, and now to be passed down a role of yours feels a little bit like full circle. So, thank you.